me?
Yep, we got you. Thank you, Coach.
Oh,
Everybody,
wow.
thanks
All
for
right.
being
So
patient.
what a football game. Told our kids I couldn't be more proud of the way we fought. We knew we were going to have to come on the road and play a full 4 quarters. We knew they were going to keep coming, and they certainly did. And I thought we battled and scratched and clawed all the way down to the last inch. And we made one more play than they did. Proud of the way we started. For us to start fast like we did was really important. I thought we established the run game, for us to come on the road and outrush a Big Ten team, 221-76. That's something that we want to take pride in. That was a big question that we asked of our guys is, could we do that this week? And, so proud of the way we handled the run game. A lot of respect for their program. I mean, they kept coming, and you just had 2 teams battling all day long. And we were able to make one more play than they did and get the win. So proud of our guys. A lot of things to clean up for sure, but that'll be for next week. Just excited for us to come up here and get a win.
All right, Steve, you want to go ahead and?
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Can you give us your feelings on Brandon Johnson, his 2 plays in the 4th quarter there, and what he did on the interception, and then obviously to fall in that ball in the end zone.
Yeah. So, I mean, 2 things on that, right? So first of all, the interception was huge. And for him to go up and compete and come down with the ball, that was really important. The play Stinson makes is unbelievable for him to draw that ball loose on the 6-inch yard line like that. But so many times you see that play turn into a touchdown because our guys aren't playing hard. And so we're running to cause the fumble, but we're also running with enough guys that Brandon's there to pick that ball up and score. And so it's just a credit to the effort that those kids are playing with right now. I don't know that our execution is always exactly where we want it to be, but the effort was certainly there today.
Connor, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, you guys got up 21-0 and the offense looked unstoppable those first 3 drives. Is it a little human nature to kind of ease up at that point, or what did you see after the first 3 drives from your offense?
Yeah, I just thought we got a little bit out of rhythm. I thought we were really precise and accurate early. Then I think they started kind of boxing in the runs a little bit, which caused us to get into the RPO game. And I thought, we missed a couple of blocks on the perimeter. I thought some of the ball placement was just a little bit off. And we just got behind the chains and we weren't able to kind of overcome that. And I think that just kind of bottled us up. We still felt like we were in good rhythm. We still felt like we were moving the ball. We just kind of, we're just missing on a lot of things, through the middle part of the 2nd quarter into the 3rd quarter.
And then I guess to follow up there, how encouraging was it to get that drive to go ahead by 2 scores where Jordan wound up with a touchdown?
Yeah, I mean, that was huge. I thought that was the biggest drive of the game. They answered. I felt like they had all the momentum going, and that's the point in time where your guys need to answer back. And I thought we did. We went back out there. It was huge to get the touchdown. That's a critical 4-point play that we were able to convert. A field goal there changes so much about how the rest of that game plays out. And so for us to make that play into the end zone, that was huge.
Adam, go ahead.
Coach, you won the turnover battle for the 2nd game in a row. You said a lot in the preseason that was how this team and all football games are won. What does it mean for you to see the guys come out and force 3 turnovers against a team that was really, scratching and clawing to get the win?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's critical. I think, we talk about that being the single biggest indicator of success in football. And certainly it plays out that way today. Not only do we get the 3 turnovers, but, the way we get 3 turnovers is huge. I think the one sack fumble, really was a huge momentum play. Really nice job by Dwayne on that one. Obviously the Brandon pick was huge at a point where they were driving to tie the game up and then, or take the lead even because we were up 5. And then just, the play on the end of the game wins you the game. And so turnovers are everything. What determines wins and loses. And we handled it the right way this week.
Jim, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Can you run us through the decision to kick the field goal at the end of the game up by 5 on 4th and inches?
Yeah, I felt like at that point in time, we could stretch the lead up to 8. They would have no timeouts left, which in our minds meant they were going to have to chunk yardage plays all the way down the field. And then even if they were able to do that, they were still going to need a 2-point play to tie the game. And so I just felt like at that point, kicking the ball and making them execute a 2-minute drive with no timeouts to even give themselves a chance to tie the game. And then even if they were able to pull it all off, we were still going in overtime and we would have had a chance to win it there. So I felt like it was the right call, and Charlie came through and drilled the field goal.
And second, let me ask you about Evan Holt. Did you have any idea he was going to be so effective in the passing game, and what were they doing so successfully that Duke had trouble countering?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly didn't anticipate he would have 213 yards receiving. That wasn't exactly how we macked it up, but we knew he was a threat. We talked about that all week. We talked about it in the press conferences that, he was the one that was multidimensional, and we knew he could do some things, and they did some really creative things to get him the football. They got their screen going. We got to get a little bit more discipline in how we defend and field screens. I thought we missed some tackles on him and gave him a lot of yards after catch. That was very disappointing. And they just, they did a really good job of getting him matchups, and he was a problem for us.
Thanks.
Rachel, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. So you guys had a lot of really long chunk plays today, and they really kept driving the offense and kept your offense really moving very quickly. Could you just talk a little bit about those chunk plays and kind of what it meant to you guys to have them and how it affected the pace of the game?
Yeah, I mean, the chunk plays for us were huge. I think we got into a rhythm in this game where the play count got really lopsided. I think, we were able to hit some plays offensively, and then we had a few drives stall at 3 and out. And so they had to run twice as many plays as we did at halftime. And so we knew it was a concern. We challenged our defensive kids. At the end of the day, our defensive kids had to defend 96 plays today. And that's a challenge, but credit to them. They kept battling, they kept fighting, and they were able to make a play at the end to win us a football game.
Steve, go ahead.
Hang on. Sorry, kept me muted. Yeah, on them running 96 plays, I mean, they ran a lot of plays in your territory, and they scored 23, but obviously they had a chance to get a whole lot more points than that. Just where did that resiliency come from your group? Is that playing with extra effort you talked about earlier? Is there something more?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's taking pride in playing football at Duke. I think that's what these kids want to be about. We've challenged them to be about it. They know who they've been. That's not lost on them. And so, for them to go out there and just fight, they just kept fighting and battling and fighting and battling. And it was ugly at times. It was nice at times. It was really ugly at other times. But we just kept fighting. And that's the starting point. The starting point for this defense is always going to be how hard we play and how well we're willing to commit to playing football together as a unit. Right. And then from there, we can clean up a lot. And there's a lot that we got to get cleaned up. We got a lot of execution things that we got to fix. There's a lot of details in how we're trying to run this defense that we got to get straightened out and cleaned up. But it's certainly a lot funner to do that. It's no than it is not.
Adam, go ahead. Last one.
Coach, you have 14 passes broken up by your defense today. That's a big number. How does something like that happen in a game? Joshua Pickett seemed like he was all over the field. Brendan Johnson. Is that something you guys are really coaching up with your defensive backfield this year?
Yeah, I think we ran the full gauntlet of it today with our secondary. We had 2 turnovers caused. We had 14 pass breakups. We gave up 465 yards. We had busted coverages at times. We had too many pass interference penalties. We got way too grabby at times. There's way too many penalties in the game. So I thought we hit, if you want to talk about a rainbow of emotions for our secondary, we hit them all today. We went from the one scale all the way to the other.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate you guys.